Hello. Welcome to the review of the Tuition Center Maths Mock Paper 2. Now, in my previous video, I reviewed Maths Paper 1 and gave it a 4 out of 10. It was very geared towards the high achieving students, which, Maths Paper really shouldn't be. So, this is my review on the Paper 2. Now, I think I'm speaking for a lot of people here in the fact that I don't really like Paper 2 as much. I like the very sort of esoteric maths, so I like all the sort of complexities of it. So probability, statistics, geometry, and that stuff, not really my thing, but of course I still have to teach it, so I suffer through. So let's get into this. Sorry, just had to cough there. Right, let's go see if they made a better section A here. Okay, test consists of 5 questions, 4 choices. Yeah, I mean, okay enough. Question 1. Probably selects 3 or more. Yep, that's okay. Selects at least 1 incorrect. Yeah, I mean, students should be pretty well versed that at least 1 is 1 minus probability of it happening, because it either happens or it doesn't. Okay, and then again, I presume they're doing this just to be hip and cool with the kids. The bloody 50-year-olds trying to make this exam or whatever. But if that was the whole question, fairly okay combinatorics probability question. They seem to be flying with their question ones, but everything goes downhill from there, it seems. I'll just actually, I'll move my mic a bit closer, I think. Okay, in the diagram, A, B, and C are those points. N is midpoint of AC, M is midpoint of AB, find the coordinates of M. Fine, slope of BC, fine, that's just using formulas. Equation of BC, given your answer in that form, that's fine. Exact length of BC, well, we given, what are we given? Yeah, that's just distance between points, so that's okay. Exact value of the perpendicular distance from point A to the line BC. Okay, that's just using formulas, but no similar triangles. Okay, 6 parts in a short question. Has this person even done maths papers before? Because I don't think there's that many parts in a short question. There's usually like 4, like 5 maximum. Like there's never 6, especially parts A through to F. They're usually AII, AI, AII, AIII, AIV to push, but never up to F. Like F and G parts are reserved for the long questions. But okay. Circle C, the endpoints of the diameter are that. Find the value of K. That's kind of a hidden way of getting you to find the radius. So, okay, I like that. Hence find the equation of C. Oh, find K and then find C. Okay. The equation of that. Lines that intersects the 2 points from the exact coordinates of the 2 points. Okay, that's fine. It's just 2 simultaneous equations, basically. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh well, actually, I kind of see it already. You have to use Tails's theorem here, actually, for the fact that 2 radii, well, yeah, not 2 radii, but 2 lines from opposite parts of a diameter form a right angle. So you have a right angle. ASC is going to be right angle, and then CTB is a right angle, which means that TCS is also a right angle. So that thing is going to form a rectangle. But then there's also probably something about 2 diagonals intersecting or whatever. Shall the MXS and MXC are congruent? Yeah, I mean, not really labeling the sides. Like, just like you don't really want to copy down the diagram. You do have to kind of label the sides that you're on about, even if it's just a dashed line. I think that would probably help students a bit. Show that line ST is a tangent to semicircle with diameter AC. ST. Wait, with what? Show that line ST is tangent to the semicircle. Oh, show that ST is just a tangent to AC. Okay, grand. That's fine. Prove that tan squared is that. Provided a wall. Yeah. I mean, you could probably do that. You're gonna have to turn one of these into either 1 take away 2 sine squared or 2 cos squared take away 1, and you're probably going to simplify things to there. From the exact value tan squared pi over 8. Okay, grand enough. Oh, the classic arrowhead. That's always a fun question to do with students. PQ and R, points of a circle. Length of radius is 2. Length of the minor arc PQ. PQ? Oh, PQ there. Okay. I thought it meant the arc is in the... Yeah, no, minor arc is just that. Okay, grand. Find the length of the chord PQ. Yeah, that's just... Honestly, there might be something similar to like Pythagoras or something. And you'll have to use angles in there or whatever. If PQ is PR, find chord QR. Normally the notation is square brackets for line segments, but okay. Right, inferential statistics here. Margin of error, the simplified version, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's just fine enough algebra. And Venn diagrams, students' favorite. Yeah, I've had my issues with Venn diagram questions before. Investigate aviator independence, that's fine. Okay. So I think overall, again, it was a okay short question. There's definitely varied questions in here now. There seemed to be one for everyone, except for geometry, with the fact that there was 2 kind of geometry questions coming up there. So, I mean, better than the section A in paper 1. I'll say that much. But, like, from my perspective, you know, I wouldn't really class it as such. You know, so I think it's just kind of okay as section A's go. Right. Okay. There's another complex little setup. And bringing in cotangent. Okay. Fine, I guess. You see, for some reason, all the reciprocal trigs seem to go by students for whatever reason. So, I mean, it's nice that they're kind of bringing it in, but please put spaces. Hence, find the height of the mountain. Yeah. Something. Yeah, okay. OA is H cotangent of it. Okay, yeah. Alrighty then. A kitchen bench is that segment. Yeah. Okay. I bet you that. Wait, 160 squared. They're pretty much just giving you a hint as to how to do it. Okay. They seem to have learned from their paper 1, and they've kind of eased people with paper 2. Okay, fine. Hence, otherwise show that that is true. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I take that back. Given the theta is 5 pi over 6, find the length of r. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. You're solving an equation there. Hence, find the area of the shaded region. Okay. All right, question 8. Inferential statistics again. Burmese cats mean that, standard deviation that. And asking about proportion. Okay, that's fine. That's just a Z score. Weights. No, if I press to default, that's fine. And then a hypothesis test. Okay. Calculate the p-value. Fine. Okay, now there's some normal distribution stuff here coming up. A normal curve mean 250 on the same diagram. On a new curve that has the standards, or the same standard deviation as the given curve, a mean of 260. You're just effectively moving the graph over. And then here, if it has a smaller standard deviation, then that means everything's kind of closer together. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this kind of scared me. That's a fraction and a half. Especially with the fact that they, like, questions that look like this, that are really complicated, they usually give you a hint as to how to get started. Okay, sure. Use the identity tan of A minus B to show that that is true. Okay, now if it subtends a theta at the point P, oh yeah, it's that tiny angle in there. So I'm not sure how you manage to get that angle in there. Although maybe if you define that angle as like alpha or something, and then replace tan alpha with h over x, then I think you're probably going to be okay there. Oh, dearie me. unique circle that passes through the top and the bottom of the billboard. Uh, that phi be the angles obtained by the billboard at S, the point PQ. That's just a mess of a diagram. Like, seriously? Okay. Using the geometry, this is perpendicular distance circle bisects the chord. Is that? I mean, they're giving hints at this point. Like, they know how stupid the question is. Okay, and now there's some population stuff. For some reason, they're modeling it with a trig. It's normally not what you do, but sure, okay. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. It's fine. Okay. Honestly, that was a ridiculous question. What the hell? What are these people on? I think they just have a vendetta against the people who just want to pass. Like, you need to motivate those students as well, not just the ones who can solve all these sort of crazy problems. Unless they're actually really easy, like I'm just taking a first look at them. So maybe if I sat down and did them, I could probably get them all done fairly straightforwardly, but then again, I'm a bloody maths teacher, so, you know, that's just my opinion, really. Anyway, Olympic gold medal, tables, height in meters, scatter plot. Okay, add the points, yep, that's fairly okay. Let this fit. And then find the value of the correlation coefficient. Why is this text gray? Some of the text is black, but some of it's gray. Okay, that's weird. Taking suitable points from your diagram, otherwise from the equation in the line of best fit. Okay. Yeah, that's talking about statistics. And then more permutation stuff. So, I mean, I've probably seen this question like several times before. Or something similar, whether it be Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, like pretty much anywhere from the British Isles or kind of any of our Celtic brethren. The vowels and a part C, number of candidates. Candidates for male. Okay, interesting question. Talking about means and stuff. Okay, that's the end of the paper. I think, again, I'm motivating the fact that they're making these examinations really quite challenging. You really have to get with all students. So that question, the beginning of question 9, for example, wherever it's gone, like as in 9 part A, if it's going to load. Yeah, this one. You really have to get with students and sort of ease them into the questions. So I think instead of this immediately and this annoying expression, you might ask them, say, you know, if one of these angles was alpha, for example, then show that, you know, tan of theta plus alpha or something is one of these, and sort of be very straightforward about that. And then think, okay, using this identity, you might even throw a derivation in there if you really want to. I know they're, or the mandatory proofs, I know they're usually short questions, but it's nice to kind of throw in. I would think they would have to have a review of this question and consider, you know, you do have to kind of build up. So, you know, in sort of the teaching realm, the whole idea of Bloom's taxonomy kind of comes in here. You really have to start with the lower order thinking questions first. So as in getting simple right angle triangle stuff correct before going into this whole idea of compound angles and then these sort of tan formulas. And, you know, I wouldn't imagine a lot of students would say let this angle here equal alpha or something. And with the fact that there's an A minus B, but there's no A's or B's in this whatsoever. So I think you're going to have to make an adjustment there with some of the questions and its pacing, because the SEC does that as well. They put a lot of emphasis on the beginning, really straightforward questions to ease people in, and it gets harder and harder, and everything kind of builds up at the end. So I think it's more diverse than paper 1. I'll give credit where credit's due. It has a lot more topics in it, but I think, again, just from a progressive perspective, progressive as in progressing through the questions, not necessarily politically, yeah, they need to do a better job.